Man, these guys talking big topics. Guys like this, allergic to small talk. What's the weather? Achoo! You see the game? Achoo! Miss me, bitch. It's big topic.
Good to go.
The thing that sucks about the Yeti mugs is that the tea is just like hot as fuck and does not get cold ever.
Like all day.
Mhm.
I know. I have that exact same Yeti.
It's
It
burning.
kind of rules though too.
Yeah, it's sick, but I'm burning the shit out of my mouth every single time. All right. What's up, man? Welcome to another installment of Big Topic. How's it going?
It's good, man. It's good. It's been a wild week, as it has, I think, for you as well. So
yeah,
it's honestly a miracle we can even record these things. I've got a lot of plates spinning.
Yep.
A new baby.
Mhm.
It's just chaos, dude, at every turn. How about you?
I hear you, man. I mean, a little bit of chaos, a little bit of stuff going on at work, a lot of random weird projects going on constantly, but it's it's fun, man. We got to do this for the people. We got to let them know about this shit. I feel
People
like
have been begging for it.
I know,
it's our duty to the people.
Yeah, and I feel like we need to let people know about these topics. So
and I mean, people have been asking about this one in particular quite a bit, and we didn't really have a choice.
We didn't have a choice. The people demand it. It's like I'm walking around at lunch at work and people are like stopping me and they're like, dude, when the fuck are you going to talk about it? And
doing that watch move, they look at the wrist.
Yeah,
hello,
tapping the watch.
Like, yeah, I get it.
So we'll stop playing coy and we'll let the people know we are finally covering Malaysian Flight 370. So,
dude, I'm sorry, your background's cracking me up. It's like the most inappropriate background.
Well, sorry, yeah, yours. We both got airline backgrounds to celebrate today's episode. So, a little bit of background on this. On March 8th, 2014, during a flight from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing, Malaysian Flight 370, which is a Boeing 777, just completely disappeared. There was 227 passengers, 12 crew members. The crew last communicated with air traffic control around 38 minutes after kickoff. I was about to say, athlete.
Close enough.
After takeoff, when the flight was over the South China Sea, the aircraft was lost from air traffic control radar. Shortly after, the military is following it for a while. They watched it deviate from its flight pattern with a sharp left turn, lost it to the radar. Now,
that, folks, right there, sorry to cut you off, but that's the most well-researched 45 seconds that this pod has ever seen.
Yeah. So,
anyways, go on. I'm sorry.
Couple stammers, couple slips.
It happens, dude. You gotta make it organic.
Gotta make it real for the people, dude.
It sounds robotic if you just rip through it with no mistakes.
The thing is, when you're smart like us, like guys with IQs like this, it's tough to sound natural and relatable. So,
dumb it down for the
trying.
People, man.
Yeah, dude, we gotta, gotta slow it down a little bit. So
we need to be relatable.
Exactly.
Sorry,
and so this was the largest, most expensive search in aviation history. The flight has never been found. All are presumed dead. Tons of conspiracy theories on what actually happened, as well as some recent developments that's been creeping up in 2022.
Got that right.
So yeah, we'll dig into all of that. I'm excited.
So I don't know if you recall your personal kind of experience with it, but I was excited for this one because I remember like watching the news coverage when it happened, and it was such an unusual story to dominate the headlines. It's like
there's plane disappearing.
And exactly, and just the conspiracy theory angles that kind of naturally resulted from it, and it was just far more interesting than what you typically saw on the scroll on TV. So I was glued to the coverage. I loved every second of it. And the selfish way that I typically consume news, which is the more exciting the better, regardless of the loss of human life or the pain suffered by the victims of the crime. I was glued to it, man.
Sometimes that's the extra hot sauce on top of the news story that you just need.
Man, I like a little spice.
Me too, baby.
but yeah, so and it also resulted in, and we can get to this later. This might be a little bit of crossover in our research, but it resulted in maybe the best snippet of broadcasting of all time.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the KTVU news broadcast?
I'm very, very familiar with it. Well, I'm assuming I'm familiar with it. Like, so is this the one for Asiana Airlines Flight 2414?
Oh, is it a different flight?
It's a different flight, but my mind went there
No.
too. It was
Oh, it is. Got it.
yeah, but I do have the clip if you like me to play it, unless you have it.
Please. I have it too, but go rip it, dude.
Yeah, let's see. So this was a fine piece of broadcast journalism. Shit, let's see here.
This is the first live share.
Yeah, this is the first live
audio.
share, so we're trying here. We'll see what happens.
Give it a couple minutes.
Yep. All right, so here we go.
Rip it. Oh, you have to share your computer volume.
God damn it, I forgot that again.
I knew that was gonna happen, dude.
We'll do this.
It would have happened to me too. What happened to me too? Sorry, go ahead.
Let's check this out.
We have new information now also on the plane crash. KTVU has just learned the names of the 4 pilots who were on board the flight. They are Captain Sum Ting Wong, Wee Tu Lo, Ho Lee Fook, and Bang Bang Pao. The NTSB has confirmed these are the names of the pilots on board Flight 214 when it crashed. We are working to determine exactly what roles each of them played during the landing on Saturday.
Oh my God, I had that teed up as one of my big clips to play, and it has nothing to do with the actual incident we're talking about.
But I mean, it's good to know because that my mind went there too. I remembered seeing this, you know.
So funny.
It was around the same time. I feel like there was a lot of like plane crashes and shit going on.
Yeah, there's a bunch of Asian planes kind of dropping out of the sky. I don't know what the hell was going on.
I don't either, dude. It was, you know, it was a wild time in like 2014 to 2016.
It really was. And so my next thing I was going to pull up is the flight path, and I thought it'd be kind of interesting to see where this thing went, you know, kind of the trajectory, everything like that. I haven't actually watched the video, so we'll watch it live together and see.
I'd love to see this. Yeah. Let's
see what happens here. And I think, oh, it says host has disabled participant screen sharing.
The Zoom is working out great so far tonight.
Oh my God, dude, hilarious.
What do you mean host disabled?
It's so next to share screen, there should be an arrow, and then there should be an option to allow all participants to share screen.
Multiple participants. Let's start completely over.
All right. Are you sure? I don't know. I think it's kind of funny. This is rip it, dude.
Okay. All right.
I'm dying, dude.
All right. We'll keep going. All right. So you should be able to.
All right. Check this out, dude. Check this out. All right. Can you see that?
Oh yeah. I sure.
So we got China here. We got the Philippines right over here. And then this is. I don't know.
I was gonna say I'm really impressed that you're naming any of this without labels.
For those of you at home, yeah, there is that are listening. There are no labels on these, and so I'm going by the seat of my pants, but I'm probably close at least. So let's see the trajectory of this thing.
Ooh.
I'm gonna turn down the volume just so we can see.
Yeah.
All right. So that was it.
That's where it was supposed to go?
That was where it was supposed to go. Apparently, I thought I was going to show it kind of veering off everywhere.
So that is Kuala Lumpur, which I had to Google how to pronounce, and that's going up to Beijing. Okay.
You nailed it. All right. So Kuala Lumpur, which is in what country? Malaysia?
I didn't get that far. I didn't get that far in my research, but I believe so.
All right. So here, you can still see the screen, right?
Yep.
So here's the inflection point, I think, where it went off the kind of designated route. There we go. That's what I was looking for. It is pretty bizarre.
Like, it's crazy the kind of videos that satellites can take, you know, like just this real
video. Yeah, dude. I mean, this is real footage we're watching here. Everyone's wondering where the thing is. I'm like, we have footage. It's literally right there.
It's literally glowing red.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that flight path, wild shit. They sure went off.
Yeah, they did. So I mean, it goes straight up, and then it is crazy though, for real. That like,
I know.
Obviously, I mean, I don't know what your theory is. I guess we'll hopefully get to that before. I was thinking by the end of the episode, we try to figure out what happened. That'd be kind of fun to actually figure out the truth by the end of the episode. But we'll see what
I know
that
the truth.
Oh, you do? Okay. Well, then wait till the end at least to reveal.
Okay.
But,
yeah.
But it seems to me like either one of the pilots just completely went off the rails, and I know there was a theory floating around that one of the pilots, I think the older fella, because there was an older fella and a younger fella. The older guy played a lot of Microsoft, what is it, like aircraft simulator or whatever the hell, flight simulator.
Yeah.
And he had like done like a very similar route to that or something. I don't know what the incentive is to do that, but there was something around that. But I got to think too that it was like a failed hijacking or something. That seems more likely to me.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, so like that guy, he not only did like he like not only did flight simulators, he had a crazy setup. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, didn't he have like a control room, like completely immersive kind of setup?
Yeah, it's such a sick like flex to have one of the things you kind of like lay back in.
Dude, yeah, you bring a chick home, like Tinder date.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, you're like, that thing? That's the big deal.
I actually I had to look forever, but I finally I was like digging on Reddit and I finally found a photo of his setup. So let me see if I can
Did you really?
Yeah, it's so sick. Hold on.
Hell yeah. Battle station.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, I'm a big fan of a good battle station. If you could just really settle in.
Yeah, what do you think of this one?
Oh wow. Holy shit. I'll let you describe that for the folks at home.
It looks like a hospital tray with a flashlight sticking out of it and a cell phone.
What is that, is that what that is?
Yeah.
Is it like a stabilization rod or something to like control?
I think it's something like that. Hold on, I think I have another angle.
All right.
Let's see
this other angle.
This was when he got kind of upgraded it a little bit.
All right.
Let's see. I've lost the ability to share.
Oh boy. Do I need to grant you permission to share somehow, even though you're the host?
No, never mind. I have not lost it.
Right.
I've refound it.
All right.
Upgraded setup.
Oh, dude, wait, what the fuck? Oh my god. That kind of rules though, dude, to be ripping Call of Duty, just murking noobs, just getting your DS'd by a fucking flashlight while you're doing it. That's sick, dude. You're just like soft, just like sitting in it.
Oh yeah, just like soaking.
Wait, isn't that like the Mormon way of having sex prior to marriage or something like that?
Yeah.
Is that what that is?
It's I think you just insert and leave it there, and I think the advanced level is having one of your friends jump on the bed.
Oh, that's right.
So they're controlling they're controlling the motion.
So you're like, I didn't do anything. Yeah, God's like looking down at you like, bro. You're like, I didn't do anything.
Yeah, dude, I wasn't doing anything. They were jumping.
Yeah, had nothing to do with it. Yeah, well, somehow you were able to uncover highly confidential images of this guy's setup, and it's starting to all make sense. So let's see what else I had to share. Oh, I think the other thing I had to share was I was looking into I don't even know if this is worth sharing, but I was looking into other plane crashes, and I started to think about Amelia Earhart.
Okay.
What do you know about old Amelia?
I know that's what happens when you give a woman keys to the plane.
Oh, you went there, dude. How dare you?
I actually don't even know much at all about
I don't
Amelia
either. I'm assuming
there was some sort of tragedy.
To fly a plane.
Yeah.
Like, they were like, all right, you can fly a plane. And she just fucking took off from New York and then like within view just plummeted into the ocean. And like, it's fuck. No, I have no idea what happened. I think she attempted to do the transatlantic, but I think Charles Lindbergh tried to do that too.
Nice.
He nailed it, obviously.
That's super progressive for back then too.
It is. I mean, it's pretty sick. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, he was I'm trying to quickly pull up what Lindbergh did. He was the first solo nonstop flight across the Atlantic Ocean.
Holy
and I
shit.
I think that's what Amelia Earhart tried to do. Yeah,
She got close.
yeah.
How-
Yeah, Earhart was the first female aviator to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. Okay, so she did do it. I thought she.
Yeah, like I'm thinking there's a tragedy. Like I feel like I'm getting her confused with Helen Keller, or like I just like it's just like all
Helen
these
Keller,
old...
the blind deaf
Yeah, yeah.
aviator.
Yeah.
They're like, go ahead. She's like, I've always wanted to fly a plane. They're like,
The
fucking
classic
go
trope.
ahead. Yeah.
Give it a shot.
It is fucking center off in one of those old wooden Wright brothers planes.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, she okay, so there's a presumed death. So basically she disappeared. Oh, so she was looking to do a circumnavigational flight of the globe in 1937. So I don't know if she was the first to do that, but she was the first woman to try to do it. That's pretty insane, dude, to do a complete lap around the globe.
It's really cool.
Yeah, and then she presumably died in the Pacific.
Well, can't win them all.
Happens. So anyways, got off track there. So yeah, so I did some research on this one too. Clearly not as much as you did, but I did see that there were recent developments where a bunch of guys that play with ham radios, which is sick that people still do that, dude. They just set up on their they set up on their porch or in their basement with a bunch of ham radios and just chat with the boys, dude.
Yeah.
And and I guess for whatever, I don't know the science behind it, but they're able to, I guess, collect like pings or something. Like there was an anomaly in some of the data that they saw in their systems. And by kind of triangulating between all of them, they were able to kind of track this anomaly, right? Isn't that?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. Sounds like you did.
I think you're talking about the Whisper system, which is like the weak signal propagation reporter. And that it's like, so it's like a network of weak radio signals, such as, ham radios, like you said. And people use it to talk across long distances. And the way I saw it described was that it creates a bunch of tripwires that work in every direction over the horizon to the other side of the globe. So then when a plane goes through it, it kind of, it's updated every 2 minutes.
It disturbs
it disturbs the signal. Yeah. Pretty interesting.
It is interesting. And I got the sense of the, I don't know, 90 seconds or so of the 60-minute documentary that I watched. I got the sense that somebody felt like they knew where the plane went down, or at least had the data to figure it out. But for whatever reason, no one was acting upon it. I don't know. There's probably more to the story.
Like back then or current day?
Current day.
You speaking of Richard Godfrey?
Maybe.
I
don't know. Tell me about Rich. Tell me about old Dick.
Dick Godfrey. He was an aerospace engineer, and he pretty much just has dedicated his whole life to this.
To MH370 or
MH3
planes or what?
I guess MH370 is when he really started to find his niche. But yeah, he's
it started to click.
Yeah, so he's been like combining that new Whisper technology that we were talking about with satellite communications data, other random stuff. And so he believes that he has pinpointed it down. He also believes that he does think that Captain Zahari Ahmad Shah did it intentionally.
Careful. And he's the older gent?
The elder. He's decorated vet. He's smiting the name of the dead, He's saying that he thinks that he did it. What do you think?
I don't know, man. It's just a weird way to do it. I feel like, to just kind of I don't know, man. There's so many ways to kind of go out and to like I don't know. He was like what, 50 or something?
It was something like that. He was a little bit older. This is Richard Godfrey. I just pulled up a pic just to give you a sense.
So for those that aren't seeing the visual, Richard looks exactly how you would expect him to look.
Yeah, portly fella.
But I don't know, man. Yeah, it's weird to me because to be kind of trusted or entrusted with the souls of so many passengers over so many years, and to just one day kind of just be like, fuck it, I'm just gonna, make a left turn out of nowhere. And we kind of jumped off this earlier, but we showed the trajectory. It's basically like a northern trajectory, straight shot.
Yeah.
And then like halfway through, they just make like a left turn out of nowhere and then kind of circle back almost like 180 to their initial trajectory and just like head out into the ocean and then presumably crash after like 6 or 7 hours, something like that. That part's weird too. That like he was like, I'm gonna kill everybody and myself, and had like 7 hours to think about it as he was going over the Pacific, and then just like ran out of gas and fucking did it. Like, it's weird.
Apparently, according to, again, Godfrey, apparently he was doing research on this guy's flight setup that I shared earlier. And he said that he was doing all these like run throughs of exactly what ended up happening. He said, I guess there was like some sort of data about how he was trying to evade radar and just like become completely lost, which again is a weird ass story. Like,
It's so weird.
To what end? Like, they said he was clinically depressed, but I mean, I imagine a lot of pilots are. Yeah, I mean, like every human is. So
yeah, exactly. By 2022 standards. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's weird. I remember when it first happened, I thought for sure, I was like, oh, it was hijacked and they're taking it God knows where, and they're going to use it as like a kamikaze thing or something. You know what I mean? But
that's what a lot of people were thinking. Like, it was going to be, they just like took it to some island, and then at some point it's just going to be like a phoenix rising out of the ashes and like crash into a building in the US or something. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. And it's from what I heard, it's the only flight that's never been recovered. I don't know if you saw the same thing, but that's pretty mind blowing.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's the only flight ever. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure like in 1921, well, like Amelia Earhart, like no one knows where she is.
There's probably a lot of flights there on.
Yeah, it's true. I guess in the modern era or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
There was some, condition to it. But yeah, it's the only flight, I guess, in the modern day where it's just completely like it was tracked by radar. It was being passed from air traffic control center to air traffic control center.
Right.
And I'm sure you heard about that, where like once you kind of like exit the kind of sector that an air traffic controller covers, you are passed off immediately. So you're like constantly tracked. And there was a period with this one where I think 18 minutes passed where no one kind of checked in on them, or they were kind of disappeared and it wasn't brought to anybody's attention. And usually the threshold is 5 minutes. Anything beyond that is like, outrageous.
Yeah.
So there was kind of some odd stuff going on, but that's one of those things where it's like, that probably just happens all the time and we just don't hear about it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Was that after they said good night or whatever the last words recorded were? That was 18 minutes. Yeah. So what kind of theories are you working with? Like, what theories have you come across? You don't have to spill the beans on what you think happened yet if you don't want to, but what kind of stuff did you come across? Any interesting theories people had?
Yeah, no, I mean, I haven't read too many theories, honestly. I was just kind of like trying to dive into the facts and come up with my own theory.
I love that.
So that's what we do on the big topic.
Yeah,
dude.
We
do that. We do the heavy lifting.
Take in all the information and dumb it down so that people can understand it, dude. I'm right there with you.
Exactly. So yeah, I don't know. Like I said before, I think the most likely scenario is that it was some sort of hijacking situation. They were thwarted in some way. Somebody got compromised. Maybe the pilots got taken out and no one knew how to fly the plane. And so they were just like in cruise control and didn't know how to, do anything. And they just kind of like ran out of gas and plummeted into the ocean. I think that's the most because like I said before, for the pilot to do it and for his co-pilot to be, I mean, maybe he compromised his co-pilot, whatever. But like to just do that for 7 hours is bizarre to me. I don't know
very
how
strange.
But who knows? Maybe he like had a cyanide pill and he like took that or drank poison and just was dead in the cockpit, and everybody else was just like in the plane like, the fuck is going on? I think we're going the wrong way.
Could have swore we'd be in Beijing by now.
We too low.
Yeah, we too low. Holy folk.
Well, what's your favorite theory, or do you have your own?
I have a couple favorites.
Zero.
Yeah. So one was, did you come across Ty at all? TY?
No. What's that all about?
Yeah. So I guess in March 2018, there was this Twitter user strayed away or tie, and like he posted a thread that was going viral about a weird voicemail that he got regarding the missing flight. And then other people started chiming in. They're like, yeah, I got this voicemail too. It's like this, it was this really weird cryptic thing. And
whoa, I didn't see anything about this. This is great.
It was interesting. So I think I saw like one Reddit thread about it, but it was like the voicemail, I guess, was a recording of some robotic voice speaking in military code.
Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra, India, Tango, India, Sierra, Delta, India, Romeo, Echo, Foxtrot, Oscar, Romeo, Yankee, Oscar, Uniform, Tango, Oscar, Echo, Victor, Alpha, Charlie, Uniform, Alpha, Tango, Echo, Bravo, Echo, Charlie, Alpha, Uniform, Tango, India, Oscar, Uniform, Sierra, Tango, Hotel, Echo, Yankee, Alpha, Romeo, Echo, November, Oscar, Tango, Hotel, Uniform, Mike, Alpha, November, 042933964230, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra, Delta, Alpha, November, Golf, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Oscar, Sierra.
And so this is where it gets a little like, you got to make a leap of faith to believe this theory, because it says that, so people think that it was an SOS message thought to be recorded on Flight 370's black box. And some said that solar flares happening around that time may have allowed the message to be picked up by cell phones. Yeah, dude. So I know, but
even I grown at that, and that it takes quite a bit for me to be like, come on. But go on. I'm sorry.
Wait a minute, but
I'm sorry.
You haven't heard what,
Bring it back.
What the message says,
baby.
dude.
All right, let's hear it.
So it was a recording that said, "Danger, SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious. They are not human." And then it had coordinates right around right around where the plane disappeared.
Whoa.
So they're saying that it was the pilot saying that. Anyways, this guy got a ton of death threats. People driving by his house.
They're like, fuck
all
you,
hours
my
of
uncle died on that flight.
No, but like allegedly he got death threats from like, I don't know, whoever's secret it was. I don't know. It's bizarre. But yeah, so like, there was that theory. I thought it was very interesting. It was kind of, honestly, it was probably from like an alternate reality game or something. I'm guessing it was.
I love it though, dude.
Yeah, it's super interesting.
Love it. That's what the big topic's all about, dude.
Yeah, dude. Alternate realities. You're kind of like, I kind of feel like we're creating a new reality where
I think so too.
You know, people are just kind of enlightened a little bit. I don't want to, get ahead of myself, but I feel like
you don't want to like overblow it or anything. But
yeah,
but I agree completely.
Can't you kind of feel it when you're walking around now,
dude?
The way people are looking at you.
I don't even know if it's something I can explain, but it's like everywhere I go anymore.
Yeah, dude. It's like
everybody's checking me out.
It's like we got the juice now. It's interesting.
The juice is flowing, dude. It is flowing. And people, like, as we said at the onset of the show, people are begging for certain topics to be covered. Yeah. And I mean, the show has just blown up out of control. Frankly, I'm not comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable with celebrity, with fame, anything. I do this because I love doing this, and I love bringing the show to the people, but what comes with it's I'm just not comfortable with it, but I'll leave it at that.
I mean, we're passionate about research, so it's
that's really all it is.
I just started pronouncing it like research. I was saying research before I
Believe
started
me,
this,
I got that.
And I think that
way better.
Yeah, like I feel like
Actually, it should be penalized from this day forward on this show if we ever say research.
I completely agree.
You should have to go on mute for 2 minutes. For 10 minutes.
It might help out the show if I say it sometimes. You hear about the 404 theory?
Here we go.
This might be the dumbest one I heard. So
let's hear it.
These are my only notes on it. So
I came back with this like, I'm like, yeah, I think I like took it all seriously, and you were just fucking banging out the sick theories. That's what I should have done.
I don't know if these are sick, but there's the so the 404 error theory.
Mhm.
It was the 404th Boeing 77 ever produced.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've ever, been floating around on the web, going to
I've been floating
websites.
around.
Maybe
I've
you
seen the air.
maybe you click a wrong link. It's the
Oh, yeah.
HTTP response code for when it can't find something. 404
Or
cannot find it.
you got it.
I feel like it's not even a theory. People are just like, I mean, it was the 404th.
It's
So, it's like, okay.
There's some guy like coming up with this shit. Like,
Oh yeah,
he thinks
yeah.
he's got the juice.
Yeah, he ain't got the juice.
He ain't got the juice, dude.
Not dude. He's got the water. We got the juice.
Water. That's right. What else you got? Are there any worse than that? That's got to be the worst theory that's ever been on the show.
One of the worst theories I've ever heard. Let's see. There's the parallel dimension theory. So a lot, I think
easy.
it's just like kind of like Lost fanfic. Like people are just like, oh yeah, this is kind of like Lost. And
dude, Lost ruled, by the way.
Oh, love that show, dude.
Season 1 of Lost. Whew.
Ooh, I watched it in the back of a van on a iPod video, like one of the first iPod videos.
Dude.
It was so sick.
Dude, I think between tours I watched it. It was the first show I ever binged because when we were home, it was just like nothing to do.
Mm-hmm.
It was the first show you could just download episodes, and I watched episode 1 and 2, and I was like, I'm fucking hooked, dude.
Yeah, dude, that show ruled.
So
so some people think it's kind of that type of a situation. Where they're in a parallel dimension. There's a lot of family members of people that were on the flight that say like their cell phones are still active, or that like they say that they're active in instant messenger. Like they're
like on TikTok.
But yeah, they're like but I don't know. It's another dumbass theory, but that's
it's better than 404. Dude.
yeah, that's better than 404. Yeah, those are pretty much my real juicy theories.
Well, what do you think actually happened?
I think well, I'm kind of deferring to Godfrey a little bit because I did about 45 minutes of research, and I feel like he's done
45 years of research.
yeah, and he's been doing about 45 years of research. So I'm on team Godfrey, and maybe that the pilot just was like, fuck it, and just went on one last dance.
Dude, that's an all-time move from that guy. It's kind of badass, to be honest.
It's super badass.
It's super badass, dude. You're just like, you got a giant ass machine. It's like you'd go on the road with like a Dodge. Well, I don't even know what's like a sick car. I was gonna say a Viper. Is that a sick car?
So sick, dude.
Dodge Viper, dude.
Can you imagine just driving into hell in a Dodge Viper after doing that? That'd be so gnarly.
So yeah, man, it's like fucking ripping it in a sick car, like a fucking Dodge Viper, dude. A real souped up Dodge Viper.
Real souped up Dodge Dart.
Yeah, dude, exactly. But hitting it in the skies, man, with the Boeing at your fingertips. I mean, he could have been doing all sorts of crazy shit, barrel rolls. It goes off radar, and he nudges the young kid and goes, "Here you go. Welcome to the big leagues, baby." Starts ripping tricks and then just takes it into the ocean like, fuck.
Whoa! It's like, why don't you sit on my lap and do the pedals, buddy?
Oh.
We're going wild. Yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like I like the idea of it being aliens. I like the idea of it disappearing and they're living in some other, node in the multiverse or something.
Yeah, they just went about their lives in a normal way. They landed in wherever the hell they were going. Where the fuck were they going again? Kuala Lumpur?
Up to Beijing.
Beijing.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're probably living their lives in Beijing in an alternative reality.
Yeah, I think
one thing I did want to pull up at some point was just pictures of the pilots.
Okay. Please.
So I'm gonna pull that up.
We've already besmirched his name. I feel bad. But let's see what he looks like.
But I mean, let's see here. Give me just a moment here. Give me 4 or 5 minutes to get this pulled up.
Yeah, sounds good.
Good lord, dude.
I'm gonna go take a dump. I'll be back in a second.
Right. Hang on, dude. There we go. I got this. No fucking problem, dude. Chill out over there.
Hell yeah.
All right. You see these fellas?
Yeah.
What do you think their cocks look like?
Smooth. Smooth on the left and
yeah, a little ragged on the right.
Yeah,
right?
Like I don't know.
It's seen better days. It's seen good days. Don't get me wrong. It's seen good days.
Yeah. chewed up, gnawed on. I don't know. He looks like he's got a secret, dude.
Yeah, he's got that little smirk. He's like looks like the that emoji, that like side emoji. You know what I'm talking about? The
Yeah,
little,
yeah. He looks kind of like when Dream revealed his face. Can you pull that up again? I'd like to see I haven't analyzed the young one.
Yeah, hang on a second.
Take a look. The young one looks super innocent.
He does. I feel like he
feel
was
bad
just
for
another
him.
victim, I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude. I'm cracking up over here. All right. Share my screen.
All right, let's see.
All right, sorry.
I love that.
I
Yeah. So the guy on the left, the young one,
yeah,
sick haircut, by the way, but he also looks like a ventriloquist or something is behind him controlling him.
Ventriloquist.
Like, who is the dude behind him? Like,
he's like, oh, this is my
like he looks like a 1950s like.
He's like, I'm just gonna hang here with the co-pilot. Don't mind
like,
me. I'll be in the cockpit for the flight.
Like, who's the white dude in the suit right behind that? Like, I'm a little confused about that.
I like that, man. There's something to that. Who is that guy?
I don't know.
That might be the key to all this whole thing. This fucking guy right here.
I'll tell you, dude. I didn't look at the photos yet, and the smirk on the one dude, the dream smirk on the one dude's face. I'm still kind of like, yeah, okay. I think my theory might.
He's up to something. His whole face is like he's got like it's all very wide on this side, and then it kind of just scrunches up on this side.
Yeah,
something's off, dude, with that guy.
He's
just always kind of leaning to the one side. Maybe that's why
it's odd. I can't.
It is. I can't put my finger on it, but look, here he is. This is his zone. This is his actual zone here, by the way.
Oh, that's the zone.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit.
Yeah. Depressed pilot, locked co-pilot out of whoa. Wait a second.
Told you, dude.
Wait a second. Wait, did they figure out
3
what
years ago?
I
don't think so.
Sure?
This is still going on this year, but
right. I guess this is just this is an unnamed friend.
Unnamed friend.
The friend says Shah, who is the older fella, likely tricked his inexperienced 27-year-old co-pilot Fareeq Hamid, who was on his final training flight, into leaving the cockpit and locked him out.
How do you think he tricked him?
How do you think he tricked him?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, look over there.
Yeah.
He just went scurrying out of the cockpit.
Hey, get up for a second.
Zahari was an examiner. All he had to say was go check something in the cabin. The guy would have gone. Interesting. He was an examiner, dude.
I feel bad for Zahari, dude.
I did too, man. Poor kid.
This was his last flight before he was going to become a full pilot. Like he was still kind of in training mode.
Yeah, he was about to be a and I mean, I don't know. I'm treading into dangerous territory here, but you're in Malaysia and you're a pilot. Do quite well.
Yeah, dude.
You're doing quite well.
It's a nice chunk of change, dude.
With that, I think let's call it, man, because we're running out of time on our Zoom.
Yeah, let's call it. This is an all-timer right there.
All right, man. Adios, everybody. I hope you're happy with the much or highly anticipated episode of MH370, and I think we cracked the case.
Yeah, you're welcome for the new tech.
You're welcome.
Bye, folks.
All right, adios.